Jonathan Montpetit was doing the work behind all of that. Jonathan is with me live from Montreal. Really interested in this, Jonathan, what you uncovered and the Canadian connection. Tell us all about it.
Well, so this website, Tree of Liberty, was calling itself the press platform of the Boogaloo movement, which, like you mentioned, these are followers tend to be radical pro-gun who advocate a second civil war. Now, for the past several weeks, the website was promoting and helping organize a series of armed protests that are supposed to take place this weekend in state capitals across the United States, and especially after last week's violent riot, deadly riot at the Capitol, the FBI is very concerned about the potential for violence at these protests, as they are about the potential for violence at many other protests around inauguration. Now, the website was being hosted by servers that were located in Montreal, and moderators of the website were boasting about this on the platform, saying that because it was hosted outside of the U.S., the website was a safe place for Boogalooers to interact amongst themselves. They could do so outside of DHS, or Department of Homeland Security jurisdiction. The company that owns the servers is a French company called OVH. When we reached out to them, they initially said they were going to investigate the website. About 24 hours later, they wrote to us to say that they had killed the contract with Tree of Liberty, and the website went dark, following, of course, many other tech companies who have taken similar action about extremist content on their platforms.
Just so interesting. Really, all of this is, and so many of these things now gone dark. And I was talking, Jonathan, with, you heard there, the head of New Jersey's Homeland Security, and the fact that they've gone dark in this way poses an even greater threat, because now they're not really sure what exactly they are planning. But we're learning more about these groups all the time, and indeed there is a presence in Canada of many of them. But we've heard about Proud Boys, now we're hearing more about the Boogaloo movement. Can you tell us some more detail just about who they are and the threat they pose?
So the Boogaloo movement is a kind of a strange beast among the extremist groups that are operating right now in the United States, in that they are ideologically fluid. So it's difficult for observers to locate them on the left-right spectrum. Some Boogalooers took part in Black Lives Matter protests this summer. Some of them are anti-Trump, but really the core of their belief is that the United States would benefit from a second civil war. That's what the Boogaloo refers to. It's taken from a little-known 1984 movie. The movement is relatively young in terms of its presence in the real world. However, in the span of about a bit more than a year, several followers have been arrested for very violent actions, including murder, attempted murder, violence against police officers. And experts believe that this ideological fluidity that's difficult to place on the political spectrum allows it to appeal to a wide cross-section of individuals. And at the same time, without any kind of principled belief beyond a civil war, it's really people who are interested in violence who tend to be drawn to the movement.
Jonathan, thank you. Good to see you and hear from you on this, and we'll follow your reporting online, of course. Jonathan Montpetit works out of our bureau in Montreal.